Welcome, everyone. I'm excited to kick off today's session on Microsoft 365 governance. Today, we'll explore how to secure, optimize, and ensure compliance in 2025. The main focus will be on establishing strong policies to protect your data, prevent sprawl, and enhance collaboration across your organization. Over the next few slides, we'll cover key strategies and best practices to help you achieve these goals. Let's get started. Let's take a closer look at why Microsoft 365 governance is so important in 2025. Governance isn't just about rules. It's about creating a secure and well-organized environment that supports effective teamwork. By establishing clear guidelines, we can help guide user behavior and streamline IT management. This, in turn, boosts operational efficiency because everyone knows what's expected and how to work within the system. It also helps prevent uncontrolled growth and sprawl in our collaboration tools, which can otherwise lead to inefficiencies and higher costs. Most importantly, strong governance protects our organizations from security risks and ensures we stay compliant with regulations. As we move forward, understanding and implementing effective governance practices will be essential to safeguard our digital workplace and optimize our productivity. Let's take a closer look at some of the key security challenges we face in Microsoft 365 and how we can address them. First, proactive data protection measures are absolutely essential. Implementing multi-factor authentication and ensuring least privilege access can significantly reduce the risk of unauthorized access and data breaches. These are critical steps to keep our information safe. Next, user training plays a vital role. When staff aren't trained on security best practices, it increases the chance of human error, which can be a weak link in our security defenses. Regular training helps everyone understand how to identify and prevent potential threats. We also need to be aware of outdated security settings. If configurations aren't kept up to date, systems become more vulnerable to attacks. Staying current with security updates and best practices is a simple but effective way to protect our environment. Another major concern is unauthorized outsider access. External threats are always present, and without proper safeguards, outsiders could gain access to sensitive information or disrupt our operations. Excessive sharing of sensitive information is another risk. When data is shared too freely, it can lead to data breaches or unauthorized access, potentially damaging our organization's reputation and trust. Overall, without proper governance, these issues become even more pronounced. We face common security challenges like excessive sharing, unauthorized access, outdated settings, and lack of user training. Addressing these proactively is essential for securing our Microsoft 365 environment and ensuring compliance and operational integrity. Ensuring compliance with data regulations is a crucial part of our Microsoft 365 governance strategy. Strong governance helps us stay on the right side of these rules by enforcing data classification, labeling, and policies that control who can access and share data. This isn't just about avoiding penalties, it's about building trust and protecting our organization. When we talk about Microsoft 365 governance, we're also considering key regulations like ISO standards, HIPAA for healthcare data, and GDPR for personal data protection. These regulations shape how we handle and protect data across different industries and regions. It's important to remember that non-compliance can have serious consequences. Fines can be costly, and the damage to our reputation can be even more damaging in the long run. Plus, we risk data breaches that compromise sensitive information. So maintaining compliance isn't just a checkbox, it's essential for our organization's integrity, security, and success moving forward. Now, let's talk about how we can prevent sprawl and avoid wasting resources in Microsoft 365. One of the key strategies is optimizing our software investments. This means making sure we're using our tools efficiently, so we get the most value and reduce unnecessary expenses. Governance policies play a crucial role here. By setting clear rules on who can create teams, SharePoint sites, and groups, we prevent uncontrolled growth. These policies also help us manage inactive or empty workspaces, so we're not wasting resources on things that aren't being used. If we don't have these controls in place, uncontrolled growth can happen quickly. That leads to unnecessary licenses, redundant sites, and higher software costs overall. So, by implementing strong governance, we can keep our Microsoft 365 environment streamlined, cost-effective, and aligned with our overall goals for security, optimization, and compliance. Let's talk about how governance can really boost operational efficiency. When we implement strong governance practices, workflows become much more streamlined. This means teams can work more effectively and deliver better outcomes because everyone knows their roles and processes are clear. Another key benefit is optimizing license utilization. Governance helps ensure that access to tools and resources matches what people actually need, which prevents waste and makes sure we're getting the most value from our investments. By reducing misconfigurations and security incidents, governance also helps lower IT support costs. Fewer issues mean less time and resources spent fixing problems, which is a big win for overall efficiency. And finally, clear governance rules improve collaboration. When resources and information are easy to find and use, teams can work together more smoothly, breaking down barriers and fostering better communication. All of these points tie back to our overall goal, using governance not just for security, but as a strategic tool to make our operations smarter and more efficient in 2025. Let's take a closer look at the core governance policy guardrails overview. In this slide, we're focusing on how we can effectively secure, optimize, and stay compliant with Microsoft 365 as we move into 2025. One key area is enforcing multi-factor authentication, which adds an extra layer of security by requiring more than just a password. Paired with least privilege access, we ensure users only have the permissions they need, no more, no less, to protect sensitive information. Data labeling also plays a crucial role here, helping us classify and safeguard our data appropriately. Next, we have data security principles. These are about clearly defining how data should be used, retained, deleted, and protected. Setting expectations around security and privacy helps us maintain control and build trust across the organization. Then there are the acceptable use guidelines. Establishing consistent nomming rules improves findability, making it easier to locate information quickly, and reduces confusion. Clear nomming conventions help keep our digital workspace organized and user-friendly. Finally, controlling workspace creation is vital. We set policies to govern who can create teams, SharePoint sites, and groups, ensuring that our environment remains manageable and secure as it scales. All these guardrails work together to create a robust governance framework, aligning with our overall goal of a secure, efficient, and compliant Microsoft 365 environment in 2025. Let's talk about how these policies help us maintain a secure and organized collaboration environment. Implementing these measures is crucial for ensuring our workspace remains productive and efficient. First, we need to limit guest user access and keep an eye on external sharing. This helps us protect sensitive data by controlling who can access our resources from outside the organization. Next, it's important to regularly review and manage inactive or empty teams. Doing so reduces clutter and keeps our environment tidy and easy to navigate. We also want to define approved purposes for creating new workspaces. This way, we prevent unnecessary or duplicate sites, making sure our resources are used efficiently and avoiding clutter. Finally, controlling who can create new teams, SharePoint sites, or Microsoft 365 groups is essential. Restricting this ability to approved users or roles helps us maintain order and security across our collaboration tools. All these policies are about creating a secure, well-organized, and efficient workspace, which aligns perfectly with our overall goal of optimizing Microsoft 365 governance now and into 2025. Now, let's talk about effective naming conventions for teams and sites. Proper naming is really vital because it improves findability, supports governance, and helps reduce errors during collaboration. When names are clear and consistent, everyone can quickly identify the purpose or owner of a team or site, making teamwork smoother. One key point is to avoid ambiguous or overly generic names. For example, calling something project or team doesn't tell anyone much, and that can lead to confusion. Instead, be specific so people immediately understand what the site or team is about. To help with that, apply consistent prefixes or suffixes. For instance, you might add HR for human resources or fin for finance, or include a project code at the start. This consistency makes it easier to sort and find related sites or teams later on. It's also best to keep names short and descriptive. Avoid using dates, which can become outdated, or special characters that might cause technical issues. Clear, simple names are easier to read and remember. Finally, following a set of guidelines for naming conventions ensures everyone is on the same page. Having clear rules helps maintain order and makes governance much simpler, especially as your organization grows. When names follow these best practices, it really enhances overall usability and supports your governance efforts. Now, let's talk about how we can ensure everyone understands their role in keeping our information safe. Educating staff on their responsibilities is crucial because it helps prevent security breaches and ensures compliance with regulations. When everyone knows what they need to do, it becomes a shared effort to protect our data. Next, we need to enforce our security and privacy policies effectively. This includes measures like multi-factor authentication, which adds an extra layer of protection, and the principle of least privilege access, meaning users only have the permissions they need to do their jobs. These steps help minimize risks and keep our information secure. Another key area is setting clear retention and deletion schedules. We must define how long data is kept and when it should be deleted, ensuring we follow legal and business requirements. Proper data lifecycle management helps reduce unnecessary storage and mitigates potential compliance issues. We also need to establish what constitutes acceptable data usage. This involves defining what data can be stored, shared, or used within our systems. Clear guidelines prevent misuse and help maintain data integrity across the organization. Finally, setting up well-defined policies to guide user behavior is essential. These policies serve as a roadmap, helping employees understand what is expected of them and how to handle company data responsibly. When everyone follows these guidelines, it strengthens our overall security posture and supports our governance goals. Let's wrap up with a quick overview of the key governance guardrails for Microsoft 365 in 2025. These guardrails are absolutely essential to ensure that your organization stays secure, compliant, and able to collaborate effectively. As we look ahead, the focus must be on maintaining a balance between security, compliance, and enabling seamless teamwork. Our vision for 2025 emphasizes prioritizing these guardrails to build a sustainable Microsoft 365 environment. This sustainability isn't just about technology. It's about creating a foundation that supports ongoing security and compliance while maximizing the benefits of collaboration tools. When governance is in place from the start, it helps you plan proactively, rather than reacting to issues after they arise. Early governance setup allows for proactive planning, and by continuously reviewing your policies, you can ensure that collaboration remains smooth and secure over time. Key guardrails include establishing controls around workspace creation, like setting up clear, consistent naming conventions for teams, SharePoint sites, and groups. These practices help maintain order, improve manageability, and ensure everyone understands how to work within the system. Ultimately, strong governance is about creating a secure, compliant, and collaborative environment that supports your organization's growth now and into the future.